Welcome everybody, this is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to continue our quest with Eldritch and a ragtag team of subcasters. You see we're wounded from this last massive battle that we had with the banditos. So we are going to heal up a little bit. I am going to rest of course too, but if I have to rest right now, maybe that's okay. Low on spells and I'm low on expendables, consumables, but not that low. We are still trying to explore. Maybe we want to get back to our base here before the 30th. Still got plenty of time for that, but I don't think I want to even push it that long. We'll probably stop by around the 25th, and if we're close, like we need to rest a day or wait a day for someone to be freed up for us to slot them into another thing, we can totally do so. But I want to get over here to this Cobalt Trail and take a look at it, I think. The hills seem pleasant, even welcoming. No gray doom and gloom, just walking along the path and enjoying the view of all the cute little white pyramids built out of pebblestone. Or wait, was it pebblestone? Horror of horrors. What I mistook for pebbles were polished bones. All along the path, the grass was riddled with pyramids made of polished cobalt remains. It got us to thinking, is it wise to follow such a grim path? The way marked by death itself. Defying all danger, we followed the path. Succeeded at a lore check. Awesome. Trying to brush away thoughts on who may have polished the cobalt vertebrae and why, we quickly moved along the path leading through the pale hills. It didn't take long for us to reach a mountain river with a bridge crossing over it. Well, bridge may be a bit generous. It was actually just a long branch, about as thick as an arm. Spanning from one bank to the other, it may have been enough for a kobold to cross, since we could see another of those small bone pyramids on the far side, but it didn't look nearly strong enough for our party to cross. Let's see here. Before deciding to proceed, we carefully examined the river. Makes sense. We quickly discovered that the river was quite deep. I plunged my arm shoulder deep into the water and couldn't even feel the bed. It was fast, too. The current pulled a dry leaf off my sleeve, and it was gone from my sight in a blink. And it was cold. Very, very cold. Frankly, none of us were interested in taking a swim. Okay, so we carefully examined the branch that would help us cross the river. The branch did have one thing going for it, though. Being so thick, it happened to be quite sturdy. But that didn't make a flimsy crossing any less slippery or challenging to anyone daring to set foot on it. I wonder how many kobolds have slipped on the wet bark and found a water grave in the ice-cold river. Precautions were definitely in order. We were ready to rope to ensure the daredevil's safety. Good idea. Foresight had always been among our esteemed Baroness's strongest virtues. With the practiced motions of a seasoned adventurer, she pulled a length of rope out of her pack and prepared it to be tied around the waist of whoever would prove brave enough to step on the branch and attempt to cross the river. That would at least help reduce the risk of drowning. Choose character. We talked it over and chose a volunteer to try crossing the river. Oh, high athletics, high strength, high mobility. I like mobility being high. That's a ridiculously high mobility no less. Let's hope that it's not multiple checks because she's not really good at these other ones. Well, she's okay at athletics, I suppose, compared to Jaethel. Jaethel would be the obvious choice here from over the fact that her mobility sucks. So I wonder what's going to happen. Let's find out. Lindsay was unperturbed by the thin branch and the speeding current. After a deep breath, our volunteer set forth along the precarious crossing, one step, then another. A few feet across with no trouble, and I started to think that maybe things would be fine. That's when the branch jerked and started to shake. It was rolling over. With no time to think, all Lindsay could do was mobility check 15. With a plus 13, she had to do a crit fail to fail this. Jump to the other side. Go on, Lindsay, you can do this. Success. Oh, the lengths we'll go into in our efforts to keep our pride untarnished and our pants dry. One incredible jump and Lindsay was on the other bank. Lindsay took a moment to catch her breath and turned her attention back to the crossing. As soon as the rope was securely fixed on both banks, the branch didn't seem as much of a death trap as it had before. Losing no more time, we crossed the river. Good job, team. One small pyramid made of polished cobalt bones may be a bit spooky, but it's not unbearable. But how about thousands? We found ourselves looking over a proper cobalt graveyard. Each little pyramid a mark of a cobalt death, and that mark made out of their own remains. Yeesh. The real enigma, though, waited in the heart of the burial ground. The centerpiece was made of hundreds, maybe even thousands, of polished bones, all put together to form the head of an enormous dragon. Imagine it, these small nonsensical reptiles somehow managed to create a sculpture both fearsome and magnificent, such might and yet such frailty as well. If a single bone were to be removed from the foundation, this beautiful statue would crumble to dust, and I even spotted one such flimsy bone. Regardless, we'd come face to face with irrefutable proof. The kobolds, for better or worse, were changing. This news had no impact on our search for the trolls, though. The land was clearly sacred to the kobolds, and it seemed unlikely they would bring their new friends here. But how would the Baroness deal with the structure we found in her realm? The Baroness deemed it proper to respect the kobold shrine. Yeah, it really is their dead. This is kind of creepy, but it's still one of those where it's their dead. They're trying to respect the dead, I think. So neutral good. Following my advice, the Baroness adjusted the dangerously loose bone in the hope of reinforcing their remarkable composition. Her grace was standing to leave when a glint from the dragon's jaw drew her attention. Carefully reaching inside, the Baroness pulled out what seemed to be a dirty stone. Beneath an outer layer of clay, we found a large, finely cut emerald. It seemed the kobold spirits decided to grant us a gift. Stowing the offering in her bag, the Baroness turned and left. We dutifully followed our leader, and soon the bizarre kobold burial ground was far behind us. Well, alright. That was kind of cool. We are wounded, and people are now tired. Kobold camp. Might be the next stop.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Yeah. Alright, time to camp, peeps. And we have everyone where we need to be. Oh, I need to check books again. Yeah, crap like this is starting to piss me off. Dude, Barkskin here. He also has a Barkskin in his gear. There's a magic piece of something that he has that he can activate Barkskin. So I'm going to pass on another one. I don't mind Lesser Resto. Oh, you know what? I don't mind Delayed Poison twice, because he can actually cast it on himself in another now. He has the ability to do that, so that's pretty badass. Oh, she's fine. Wait, I should go back and make sure that he's got all it is. Yeah. She's fine. She is not fine. What could she use? Oh, and she also has her Magus spells, but those are fine. Also, I don't need Grease Spell, I don't need Shield, I don't need Mage Armor. Color Spray? Hypnotism. This is teammate friendly, I believe. It says enemies only. That could be useful, especially if we get rushed by something. She's gold. And Lindsay is autopiloting stuff like always. Okay? Now we can rest.
I hope she realizes what amazing new paths are open to her now.
That's right! All roads are open to us now.
What are you talking about? Only took 3 hours and we got all 6 rations. That's pretty nice. And everything passed. Boom. Gotta love those days. We want to make sure we head back to base right around the 24th, 25th is when we like to get there. So this might be the last stop, maybe. We'll see if there's something else around or if this is a big nasty fight. Ooh, we come up on it immediately. You see a gang of kobolds rushing around a campfire. When they finally notice you, they jump up and start scuttling around, making a mess and bumping into each other, all the while muttering something in their hissing language. One kobold emerges from the swarming crowd. His scales are a touch lighter than those of his companions. Upon closer inspection, he seems to be extremely old. His skin is dry and lifeless, and he clearly lost some of his scales long ago. There's something curious about this kobold. He seems to be calm, confident, and wise. Kobold Flame Shaman. Slargus. The kobold hisses. The rest of the kobolds immediately calm down. Greetings, he says, addressing you and sticking out his hand.
Greetings.
Shake the kobold's hand. Greetings. You shake the old kobold's hand. It's slimy and cold. He continues to stare, his eyes still yellow and emotionless. Kobold, humans love, the old kobold says. Okay. Ooh, shouldn't have said that name, bro. Tartu King Search. The kobold seems to have said his piece. So he just continues to stare at you with his cold steel eyes. Tartuk, what a familiar name. Tell me, do you know the story of the Suit-Scale Kobold tribe? Kobold seems to not understand a single word you're saying, but reacts to the word Suit-Scale. Suit-Scale, bad, not friend. Alright, let's get this sorted out. All the kobolds staring at you now, no blinking or movement among them. It's starting to get uncomfortable. Tartuk trolls love. Search Tartuk Kobold. Tartuk trolls love. So Tartuk is in league with the trolls. Now we failed the wisdom check. It says how much it was. No. No matter how hard you try, you can't glean anything useful from the old kobold's gibberish. I have more important things to do than solve your riddles. Farewell. I'm not going to attack these guys. They haven't done anything as far as I know. They're just camping. Kobolds quick together and leave into the woods. Okay.
The path is
Peace
clear.
out. Hey, and you left me stuff. What's that? That would be herbs. Many small footprints are visible in the dirt. They seem to be recent.
Tread lightly.
Cool. Left me your gear. Thanks, fellas. Oh, I'll take that. Alright, what else we got? Anything? Yes, indeed. Taking it.
Let us be careful.
Very nice, very nice. Herbies. Man, I have yet to see what herbs are used for anymore. I know we can put them in boxes and stuff and release the hidden magical druid contents within.
I was successful in my search.
Ooh, I'll take that. What was that? Silver ring and a potion to cure moderate wounds. Baller. I don't know what those herbs are used for other than that.
Ahead.
Is it a food item now? Or just garbage that we can sell? If you guys know that we're going to use them in the future, just let me know. Alright.
Let's head out.
Oh, that way. So we did okay. We didn't have to waste anything to get here. I mean, we wasted a little bit of time, I suppose, but that's alright. We got free shit. I'm cool with that. And we still have all our spells. Everyone's rested. Let's go see if there's something else to kick. Anything that shows up in our journal that's... What we got here? Court Alchemist. We built our workshop. We need to get back to town for that shit. 184 days before the next curse. Plenty of time. Berry stats. Yeah. Okay. Let's head this way. Swamp Witch's hut. Ooh, and a monster den. Let's hit the hut. This is a big area if I recall. I've done this in a previous playthrough with my solo character. And this is a very large map if I'm not mistaken, so this could be some decent XP for us. Matter of fact, pause it. How are we doing on our XP gains? He recently leveled, she's a ways away. She could use a level. She's a ways away, she's a ways away. She's actually almost right up with me. Cool, Lizzie. Good job. Alright, since this is such a big map, I am going to buff up.
Focus on the
so,
goal.
Long-lasting buffs like strength, his bark skin, that thing right there will last him an hour. Delay poison on himself. That's 6 hour buffs. That's nice. He'll use shield when we get into a fight, or blur or reduce person as we need. So she's ready to buff stuff up. Won't last her very long, but I'll put a mirror image on now. And we'll use a quick bless.
You have my
She
attention.
can use a protection from evil on herself.
Our time has
She
come.
can do the... Well, she might hold off. Those spells don't last her very long.
We should move.
She, on the other hand, wants to protect yourself from arrows. Mage, those are long-lasting buffs. Nice.
Anything is
Lindsay.
possible.
Ooh, yes. Heroism.
I
don't think poison can
Request.
affect Jaethal, so I don't need to put a delay poison on her. I don't think.
The path is clear.
So, let's do a quick save. Get in on this.
Tread lightly.
Wargs, ferocious wargs. Hold up a second, fellas.
I
Why
am
don't you,
prepared.
send them a little volley.
Stand with me.
Yeah, that was a nice splash damage on that one. Oof, and that killed that one outright. Okay, Linz, give some buffage. You, madam. Why don't you do a bouncy beam through the ferocious ward? You can do a magic missile on ward. Do it on the ward that's wounded. Maybe we'll get lucky, take it out as well. I'd rather be a team of 6 fighting 3 versus a team of 6 fighting 4. You, let's buff up a weapon for some flame damage. You can get armor. She can't tank effectively yet. Attack rolls though, we might be able to hit. Oh wait, bone shaker. Yeah, why don't you do a bone shaker on that prick? You, sir.
This should
Charge
do it.
this guy. Take him out. Alright, next round of attacks.
This ends you.
Ooh, that was pretty damn good. Do that again. Ooh, took out the nasty, ferocious war. Good job, team.
We should prepare.
Nice. Took a little
Let's be
damage.
careful.
My character isn't as sturdy as I thought she'd be. That's okay. Matter of fact,
Just letting the ink dry.
why don't you just heal me?
Yes.
Ooh, very nice heal. Thank you, man. Alright. Ooh, looks like they've been having themselves some treats. And he left me some shit. Scroll of Acid Arrow, Cure Light Wounds Potion, Cure Moderate Wounds Scroll.
I'll go ahead.
I'll take all that shit. On that, let's look at the book of him. Does he already have the Cure Moderate? He does, so I don't need to scribe that scroll. Remember, he
The
can
path
scribe
is clear.
scrolls. If there's anything that he could use spell-wise, he can scribe them into his book. Someone laugh? Dire
Let's head
boar.
out.
I swear I just saw ha 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 ha. What the hell? Back up to the front.
Tread lightly.
Well, we got a dire board here, so we're definitely gonna fight it. Let's think about this first. Quick save for one. Our bless is wearing off. It wore off.
Our
I
duty
didn't even
calls.
activate it. Oh, it wore off. Okay, let's do that. And then do a shield spell on yourself. That's probably why I took such a pounding. My
We should
armor
move.
was probably 23 instead of 27. Dumb butt. Alright,
I know what to do.
This might be a tough fight. Let's get that.
Manishrim Sukino.
No
Again, I like
mistakes.
an open volley. Just to start things off. Oh, there's
You
three.
cannot stand
Oh, there's
against
three.
me.
Well, I guess that's a thing. Alright, plan that up. We got here. Then from there, Lindsay, I want you to autopilot your screaming. Oh, you can definitely volley this jackass. And then we'll go from there. You probably put a web up on these guys right about here. Maybe we'll modify that tiny bit. Okay. And then you are doing that one under to hit. You already have a buff on your weapon for several minutes, if I'm not mistaken, so we should be okay there. We'll just leave that on like it is. But I do like the idea of channeling through my weapon a shocking grasp spell. I don't want her to autopilot it. I just want her to do it. Where are you? You're right here, so go ahead and hit that guy. You already did the bomb thing, right? So let's take out the weak one first. Get a numbers advantage. Nice. Got 10. Who's raining outside?
You never had a chance.
That's right, honey. They never had a chance. All right.
The path is clear.
Adventures call to them.
Come here, Liz. Oh, come on, that crap.
Time's not waiting.
Seriously? Can nobody come over here and get this goddamn thing?
Let us bide our time. The road awaits. Together we
How
stand.
the hell is this spell so effective? Okay. Everybody,
I'll go ahead.
back the hell out of here. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. We get everybody out of the web spell we cast. That's the only thing I really hate about these types of spells. I really wish that a developer would think about the fact that this impedes movement. I think any kind of caster that has the ability to cast a grease spell and a web spell and stuff like this has the ability, once the fight's over, to just say dismiss. That should be a thing. And not a dispel magic even. I'm not saying waste a spell slot just to make your travels easier. No, I mean literally, you're done now. I don't need you anymore. But I suppose the argument for that would be if it's a conjuration or transmutation, you're actually affecting something and making something. Just seems
The path is
weird.
clear.
Okay, we have a road. If they can keep it on the main road for the time being. That looks like a offshoot path.
Scared?
What the hell
You
is that?
should be.
Oh, balls, these things. Okay, so Will-O-Wisp, we can hit them with weapons, by the way. A lot of people misunderstand
Unworthy.
that. But it's easier to kill them if you have magic missiles, or in this case, force missiles from here. So if you hit them with these... Oh, Jesus, dude. Ooh, nice solid hit, though. Jathan, you're rocking that. But if I use magic missiles... Your piercing scream, they're immune to, so Lindsay, don't bother wasting that shit. Why don't you do us a favor and buff us up on Is it immune to my force missile? It is. I would assume that it would be just like magic missile. Well, okay. Well,
Strike
immune
as
to weapon
one.
attacks. That's be proven right there. That's a nice solid hit, fight. Okay, so we got some XP for that, so that wasn't bad. Or nature check. Update. What do we know about our Will-O-Wisp? Chaotic evil aberrations. 41 hit points. They have decent armor against touch spells. If they're flat-footed, though, it's easier to hit them. That's not surprising, I suppose. Well, touch spell armor. Okay. But vulnerability is magic missile. Immune to electricity, that's good to know. And spell immunity, other than magic missile, obviously. Alright. We are wounded. Hold up for a second. Remember that he has the ability to use potions at better effect. He treats his level Grenadier as the level of the potion. So when the potion, like this one here, heals +1 per caster level. Let's see if I can actually right-click it and throw it. See this? +1 per caster level, maximum +5. Notice that it has only one charge, therefore you use the potion and it's done. And its caster level 1 is already preset. That's for everybody else. But for him, he treats it as it's level 5. Well, technically 6. But 5 is the maximum. So he can get a +5 to this roll. So he's a 1d8 +5. So where I could chug this thing for any of my other characters and get it like a 2, with the exception of Jaethal, who would die from it, or take damage, could get a minimum of 2. His minimum is 6. So potions are really good for him. So don't waste your healing spells on him, is what I'm basically telling you, when you know you have a cheap and easy potion that will heal him for a flippin' ton. Look at that, 2 of those and he's full. If I use that on her, I guarantee it's going to be some lame sauce shit, so I don't even bother. But we do have healing spells on the party. I don't want to rest again just yet.
What troubles you?
Lindsay, why don't you kick me 1 here?
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Tread lightly.
Alright, another quick save. That was kind of a suck-ass thing to just wander into, so let's hope we don't do too many more of those. Ooh, hey, what's this? Gnat buzz in the air. Oh, okay, well that's good information, I guess. I don't know. Another dire boar. Or 2. What's with all the laughing? Go away. You're not welcome here. Ha 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 ha. Screw you, man. Go where I want.
Focus on the goal.
The road awaits.
She has shield spell still up. She could also cast a shield spell on herself. She probably needs to do so.
And Lindsay was called for it.
And Lindsay will kick ass. I think. No,
And
wait
so
till
they
we lump
walked
them
on.
together. You can buff us.
Our duty calls.
I will not falter. The undead is such a frivolous
I shall
term.
not fail.
I prefer immortal, eternal, everlasting.
This will hurt.
Go get them, boys and
Ready
girls.
for anything.
Do me a favor though and check one of those things.
Enemy near.
Get their attention. Ooh, lolly. Do that cone thing you do so well.
Yeah! This can't be over.
That was okay. Alright, I think
Let's try this way.
Bookworm, you can do stellar damage with that. Please do so. You, madam. Oh, wait, no. You have this one. I hit that. Winds. I need a sound burst. I believe that's teammate friendly, right? No, it's not. Oh shit. So we gotta be careful we don't hit Jaethal with that shit. So why don't you just hit their toes with that damn burst right now. Oh, very nice with the sneak attack. You have to get up. Make me look bad.
The path is clear.
She is super squishy. Well, she's behind in levels, so I can't forgive her for that. Alright, with that though, she has taken serious damage. Do I have scrolls for her? I do, don't I? It's better than nothing. They're cheap enough that that's worth doing, in my opinion. Does she have? No. Those are healing ones. I don't want those. She wants them. She's healing for crappy. Come on with this weak sauce shit. 43 turns into a... There we go. Fine. 2, 2, 3. Screw you, man. Alright. Quick saving. Ooh, a fenced in area. Let's approach. Ooh, stuff behind it. And a scarecrow. And
Let
a
us be
door.
careful.
I smell trap. Ooh, more stuff back here. Damn it.
Tread
I didn't
lightly.
get in there. Find out what that shit is. What is this? Swan? Good stuff back here. Okay. That rapid travel is kind of weird when they do that shit. Oh my god, what's that? It's a Tazzletale worm.
The path is clear.
I wonder how many of these are down here. I do have my poison protection still on, so I'm not
Our duty
bitching.
calls.
And the shield will last for long enough. Activate that again, just to make sure that I have flame on my weapon. I don't mind opening up with a volley.
I am prepared.
State your
Let
desire.
us not hesitate.
I shall not fail.
Might as well buff your bow, I suppose.
Anything is possible.
Lindsay, you know what to do.
Enemy approaching.
Ooh, the greater Tazzletale worm, though. Bitch.
This
you
should
go here
do
because
it.
you're the most protected of us, I believe. Oh, I should probably activate that on myself, though, too. I should have done that a minute ago. Damn it. You can come over here. Jathel, get in front of these guys for the time being. And why don't you divine favor yourself as well? Lens, you know what you're doing. Ooh, don't you have a hypnotism? Yeah. Enemies in a 30-foot burst. Oh, baby doll. Yeah, hit that shit like there.
A solid plan.
Man, hypnotize him.
This body holds no more.
Alright, Lindsay. You're doing your thing. I don't think Grease is gonna work for shit. I do, though, think auto hit moves will. I don't know that they're susceptible to acid. I guess, though, that they'd be susceptible to cold. And she can get sneak attack with that cold, so that's okay. Auto hit is auto hit. Yeah, okay. Jathel's down. That's okay. Everyone needs to focus fire. This
Serves
one
you
is
right.
Jathel's. Yes.
A calculated risk.
Come on, team. You got this. Oh, just lopped its head clean off with that blow. Beautiful. Jathel, we really need to work on your skills, hon. Really need to work on your skills. Collecting.
Our time has come.
Alright, well, we clearly need to call
I'll
it
go
quits at
ahead.
this point for fighting. We're running out of spells and buffs and stuff. We're a little overweight. I'm going to drop the heavier crap gear. It's not that we won't pick it up when we leave, but if we have any weight issues, I don't want to have that issue now. Anything else I can lose? Those are worth money, but they're still heavy. Pelts are worth money, but they're heavy too. So drop enough of these to get us under. Oh man, we're like right there too. Not losing the crowbar, screw you. I'll drop a sword. Alright, now we're in the not encumbered category. I don't particularly care. I mean, we're not moving that slow really, but we will rest up and all that fun jazz. The question is can I successfully rest here? I may have to leave and come and rest outside and come back in. That's a good point. Well, we'll decide that on the next time we come back. My name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.